Hello, welcome to this episode of Coffee with Cornell. Today we're going to talk about employee handbooks. You may not think they're important, but let me finish this cup of coffee with you. I think you'll have more of appreciation for employee handbooks. An employee handbook or manual is not necessarily the most exciting document you're going to come across, right? We all have seen them, we all understand them. Maybe you read yours, maybe you didn't, put it away. But I would suggest to you it's very important for you and for your organization. Let's talk about it. The employee handbook is a written document with all the rules, policies, and procedures for your organization. It's important. It's important to you because it starts to create the guideposts for the organization and for management. So you, the employees, and you for management know what's appropriate behavior, appropriate activities. If you will, the employee handbook starts to help to modify, if you will, and put shape around the culture, the behaviors, and the norms within your organization. Therefore, that's why it's important. Some examples of employee handbooks kind of pretty varied. For example, we always hear about how during football season they have a playbook. That's kind of like the employee handbook for a football team. Now, certainly they moved from being physical documents, as you have in your organization. They use tablets in the NFL and other colleges and those kind of places. I'm sure yours may be online, depending upon your organization. But the concept of an idea, regardless of the medium, is the same. And that is to provide you with the information you need to know to, one, orient you to the business or to your organization and how things generally flow, and more specifically, what you can expect. It's those things that help you kind of understand and identify that's really critical. Just as an example, years ago, I used to work for IBM. At that point in time, we had an employee handbook as well. And for that handbook, everyone had to read it, and during the course of the year, you had to sign off that you, in fact, on a card, which was kept and maintained, which identified you for having read the document. That also meant that you were adhering to and being guided by the principles and those ideas being presented in that handbook. One of the examples, for example, is that we could not talk about our competitors' products in a negative way. We couldn't even bring up their names. We could talk about them as in conversation. Our customers could mention their names, and we have to refer to, well, that competitor in order to be what? Above board and very clear in regards to our engagement with our customers. It worked well. We were very successful in those days. So you kind of look at those kind of things that are part of it. It helps to reinforce those things that are the guiding principles and the undergirdings to your organization, help to further modify and guide your culture. There are a number of benefits to having an employee handbook. One of those key benefits is it serves as a line of defense for your organization in regards to regulatory or legal challenges. Because what it says, you can bring that back into court, and it starts to present that our intention for our management of our organization, we were going to adhere to these guidelines and principles. Most specifically, we start thinking about sexual harassment charges, discrimination charges, those kind of things. Those are in the employee handbook as things you're not going to do. One of the others starts to crystallize management's intentions and their guiding principles for the organization, which provides what? Cohesion on the part of the entire team, because everyone now knows when you're going in and out of bounds with regards to how the organization is supposed to function and the benefits everyone's supposed to receive. Because when you're in an equitable field and everyone's playing by the same rules, you get better outcomes from all the members of your team. So the employee handbook is something that you want. You want to read it, make sure you understand it, and for those organizations who have them, you have to update and modify them on a regular basis so what? They're still relevant to your organization and how you see your organization progressing in the future. Thanks for joining me today. Have a cup in the future. We'll see you again. Friends, I want you to like, subscribe, and then hit the bell for notifications for future episodes. Come on, help me out, and it'll help to make Coffee with Cornell even better for you.